We welcome you to this broadcast of boys varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports. We're at Fort Loramie High School for the MLK Classic. Miami East Vikings will take on the Minster Wildcats. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Copeland Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, New Knoxville Supply, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, and NKTelco. Along with my partner tonight, AJ Lacey, we're in the final game here at the MLK Classic. Really interested in watching these two teams, especially the Miami East Vikings. 13-1 overall. They're probably one of the favorites in Division III, especially in the Southwest District.
Yeah, they're the number one team in Division III. And, you know, we know there's a lot of teams in our area that Division III that are pretty good. So it'll be interesting to see how Miami East plays here.
Yeah, they got a couple of big players, Jacob Roth and Wes Enos, both of them right at 1,000 points in their career, and they're only juniors.
Wow, that's just impressive.
So here's our starters, brought to you by Emerson Climate Technologies. They'll dim the lights here. First start with the visitors. Actually, would be Minster tonight. They're in their new orange uniforms they've brought out.
Yeah, they're pretty neat. It says together on their uniforms. I mean, real nice.
Starting together, 6'3" sophomore Ian Holman. Next, the point guard, number 1, Cole McClurg. Number 4, the leading scorer, Cole Richard. Number 4, a sophomore, Logan Cooney, 6'2" senior. Number 20, number 42, 6'7" freshman. Head coach Michael McClurg in his 7th year. He's 86 and 70 overall. Minster is 2-12 on this season for a very young team. Now for the Miami East Vikings, they start 4 juniors and 1 senior. First, they start off with their leading scorer, Wes Enos, 24 points a game for the 6'2" junior. Cameron Monin, a 5'9" junior, 3 a game. Devin Abishire, 6'2" junior. 24, Mitchell Kemp. Jacob Ruth, a 6'1" junior, averages 18 points a game. His dad, Justin Ruth, is the head coach for the Miami East Vikings. So now while we got a minute to do our keys to the game, we'll start with the visiting team, will be the Minster Wildcats.
Yeah, they're going to have to limit their turnovers. I mean, the pressure that Miami East brings, it's going to create a lot of turnovers. They got to keep Enos at bay. You know, this is one kid you haven't seen in this area. Just like his dad when he ran running back for Penn State. Very good player. And then closing out on the shooters, they have to get out on them.
Now, I mean, for Miami East Vikings, the keys to the game brought to you by Keyhole Pizza.
Hey, shoot high percentage shots. I mean, that's gonna get you a lot of wins by doing that. Talk and create energy. I mean, you know, defensively they got to talk and know where everybody's at.
Those are your keys to the game brought to you Keyhole Pizza. As Enos' shot goes off the marks. Wildcats pushing the tempo to Cooney, and the Wildcats, they've been young and they've also had some injuries.
Yeah, the injuries are big. Niemeyer's big, but the biggest one is
Logan Steffi.
Logan Steffi. I mean, too bad. I mean, he played one game this year and it was against my team, and I'll tell you what, first quarter he came out like a banshee.
Yeah, he was averaging 17 points a game. He had hip surgery a few weeks ago. He's out for the year. Niemeyer, the only player with some experience there is Jacob Ruth there with a basket. He's had hamstring issues. So they've been young. They've been 2-12, but the Wildcats have battled a lot of teams. They've had a lot of close games.
Right.
2 overtime games, about 4 other games within 6. Right now, it'll be Cooney will knock down the 3. Logan Cooney, the only senior in the starting lineup. They only have 3 seniors on the roster.
It was just good ball movement by Minster, and they found Cooney in the corner.
Wes Enos, Jacob Ruth, 22 and 18 a game, and Ruth nails down the 3.
Nice looking shot there.
He won over 1,000 points a few weeks ago, and he's only a junior. And There's another coach's son, Cole McClurg, is tripped up. There will be a foul on the Vikings. Vikings members of the Three Rivers Conference. They're 8-0 in the league right now, 8-team league. Wildcats try to go to Albers underneath. It'll stay low. It will stay on the Minster side. Albers, 6'7" freshman. I'm not sure he's done growing either.
No, I'll tell you what, he's a beast in there in the middle there. He does a good job as a freshman.
They go to McClurg in the corner, not able to get his shot off. They work around to Cooney. McClurg has been pressed into being the point guard. He was playing mostly JV until Steffi was out for the season. Drives it
nice
to
look.
Albers. Assist McClurg, basket Albers. And a 5-5 tie here on our First National Bank scoreboard. Jacob Ruth with the basketball, gives it up to Wes Enos. 3-ball, rebound Ian Homan. Strong power forward in every sense of the word. Ian Homan with the rebound for the Wildcats. Cooney, man-to-man defense. Richard has been their leading scorer, and that's stolen away by Enos. Wes Enos to the basket, tried to dunk. Can't get it as the back iron stays with the Miami East Vikings, though. Jacob Ruth will nail the tray. He's got a nice-looking shot.
Yes, he does. He's got all 8 of their points.
8-5 and a full court pressure. Albers up ahead to Cooney. He's open for the 3. Hit one early, but not that one. Albers fights for the rebound.
Good hustle.
Kicks him to McClurg. There's a 30-footer. And that will go out of bounds. Will go to the Vikings.
They're getting opportunities. I'll tell you, they found some good shots.
Vikings last year was 19-5. They lost in tournament for Sales. 13-1 this year. Their loss was to Division I Westerville North. As they work it through their offense. They beat Troy, who was a Division I, won by 3, and lost to Westerville North by 3. That was over the holidays. Shot by Enos does not fall. Give it back to Ruth. He'll try the long 3. That is short. McClurg comes up with the rebound.
Yeah, that's just getting opportunities is killing Minster right now. They cannot give up the offensive rebounds.
Omen. And they'll call that before the shot. They'll call it travel. Tried to work his way underneath there.
Yeah, he was fighting a little too much. Just kind of shuffled the feet there.
In the game is number 15, Connor Apple. And on for the Wildcats, Dylan Watercutter. Very good defensive player. And he'll get the unenviable assignment of matching up against Jacob Ruth. Ruth has to pick up his dribble there to Apple. Back to Ruth. Watercutter chasing him down. Apple will let the 3 go. Rebound Albers. Wildcats coming off a 25-point loss to Versailles. McClurg with the splash.
He's a shooter. I mean, no one coming in. You got to find him.
8-8 on our First National Bank scoreboard. First National Bank, think first. Enos back to Kemp. Enos is being guarded by Cooney, who's the best defensive player, but not able to stop Enos there.
That's just a good move to the basket. That's tough to stop.
Enos, 24 points a game. That just doesn't happen by accident. There's Cooney.
Nice
the breakaway. Rolls off. Good opportunity. And Minster not backing off and trying to push the pressure. Apple tries to drive. Ball
nice
on the
hustle.
floor.
Good hustle.
Ruth open for the 3. That is short. Long rebound goes out to Albers, and then Watercutter picks it up. Up ahead to Cooney. To the hole.
Nice.
Albers with a follow. Timeout on the floor by Miami East. This timeout brought to you by Precision Strip. Be a full timeout. We'll be right back here on NKTelco Sports.
I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Coming out of this precision strip timeout, we are tied at 10, and I like how Minster's taking it right to it and being aggressive to the highly favored Miami East Vikings.
And I think that's why he called the timeout. They're just right now they're not doing the little things. Minster's really scrapping along. Really, the hustle plays is really what's keeping Minster in this game, and Miami East is not liking it one bit.
Watercutter trying to avoid the trap that's awaiting him. And unfortunately, it went out of bounds. Coach McClure was asking for a tip. The referee said no tip. It'll be Miami East ball. Jacob Ruth guarded by Watercutter. Ruth has 8 of the 10 points. Enos has the other 2. Enos is open to Ruth. Albers stopped it. Quickly around there. Now to Enos.
Oh, nice.
Cooney comes up with the loose ball. McClure pushing the tempo. Through the lane, puts up a runner. Albers with the rebound, and we will have a foul, and it will be against Miami East. Will stay on the Minster side.
I'll tell you, Albers is doing a nice job on the boards, on the offensive boards. I think that's about his 3rd offensive rebound right now in this game.
Yeah, he came out across the game. He was against Connor Stonebreaker Versailles, who had 30 on him. They did the lob to Cooney. They often do that. Yeah. Cooney's a leaper. Just couldn't get it to fall. 10-10. 13-1 Miami East, 2-12 Minster, so you know who the favorite is, but Minster is definitely battling like they have battle teams much better than you'd think than a 2-12 record. Shot by Apple, rebound by Kemp. Shot in the corner there by Abishire, and it rolls in. Abishire with his first 2 points. Lob to Albers. To McClure. We'll do the long 3. That's off the mark. Rebound by Ruth. 1:14 to go in the first quarter. Apple loses it.
Wow.
Minster playing some good defense.
Yeah, they are. And they're going to get a timeout.
Another timeout sponsored by Precision Strip. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Give us an opportunity to thank our sponsors. Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Copeland Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, New Knoxville Supply, Wagner's IJ, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, and NKTelco. This is the last game here at the 2nd annual MLK Classic, and so far the game Liberty Benton stays undefeated, beats the tenacious Anna squad. Russia with the win, continues their good season. St. Mary's with a battle over Lexington. Fort Loramie beat Yellow Springs pretty big. Shawnee nipped Marion Local by 2. So if you look at the scorecard, we'll have 3 locals. Yeah. 3 of the local teams are winning the 2 of the out-of-towners here. So we'll see how this last game. And
Lexington was undefeated coming in.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
That was their first loss. That's a big win there for the St. Mary's Rough Rider, coached by Dan Hegemeyer. Used to coach a lot of games and a lot of wins here. He coached at Fort Loramie and 2 state titles, if I remember right.
And going against a former player, too.
For Lexington.
Yeah,
is that
Lexington's
right?
coach Scott Hamilton played under in 1987.
The state champ. That was one of the state years they had. 87 and I think 93 for the Redskins. So congratulations to Coach Hegemeyer, and Austin Parks is definitely a beast on his way to Ohio State. 3-ball, Dylan Watercutter. Just exactly what Coach McClure wanted out of that timeout.
Yeah.
Mitchell Kemp. Go to the Apple. Ruth there to Abishire. Down to 15 seconds. Enos is out of the game right now. So Ruth is definitely probably the number one option. He's guarded by Richard this time.
That's why he's got the ball here.
Down to 5 seconds against Richard, battling there.
Nice move.
17-footer. Nice, sweet move by Jacob Roth. He has 10 points as he puts the Miami East Vikings up by 1. We play one quarter of basketball. We'll be right back on NKTelco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Welcome back. We've played one quarter of basketball. The underdog Minster Wildcats battling, but they still trail the Miami East Vikings by 1.
Yeah, it's nice job. I mean, the grittiness of Minster has really kept them in this game. They're doing the little things, the hustle plays, and Miami East is kind of shocked right now.
Cole Richard, their leading scorer at 14.5. He's put up some really impressive numbers, including a pair of back-to-back 30-point games just about a week ago. And we have a foul underneath on Minster. It'll be illegal screen on number 13, Dylan Watercutter.
Yeah, he got caught. He knew it. He got caught with it.
Talk about Cole Richard. He had 30 points against Lucas and then against St. Henry last Friday at 30. That might be the first time ever in Minster history at back-to-back 30. It's at least 70 years. Tom Frericks back in 1949 at 3 30-point games. Tom Frericks is a longtime AD at UD.
Yeah.
Native of Minster, but Cole Richard doing some historical things with back-to-back 30s. He hasn't scored yet for Minster.
Nah, he's a good player that creates his own shots. He does a good job doing that.
Enos 3, and there Richard Skies for the rebound. Pushes ahead to Watercutter. Albers on the block. He's double teamed and is fouled, and the big freshman will go on to shoot 2. Albers has 4 points. Cooney, Watercutter, and McClurg all hit 3s in the first quarter.
And this is the first free throws either team shot here tonight.
Rattles at home. Has a pretty smooth shot for a big guy. Just a freshman. He's getting a lot of experience, and he hits both of those. Lead back to Minster, 15-14. That's ahead to Bryce Hout to Enos. Ruth has 10 of the 14 points so far for Miami East. Enos just with 2. One of the keys was to keep him at bay as he's guarded by Noah Schwieterman right now.
Wow.
And he just drives it home.
Yeah, he just used his body just to take that in there, and 2 points.
16-15 lead back to the Vikings. Connor Schmee's in the game. Working around to Richard. He will pull up for a jumper, in and out. Rebound by Enos. He'll push the tempo to Ruth. Back to Enos. He's open for the tray and nails it. Wes Enos is starting to heat up.
That's one guy you do not want to see warm up.
And Logan Cooney's getting ready to check back in. Had to give a break, and 5 points quickly by Enos. Schwieterman loses a handle, ball on the floor. Possession error will keep it in favor of the Wildcats. Cooney and McClurg back in the game. Cooney's one of those guys, every team needs that defensive stopper. Yeah. He's had the Enos assignment. I think they forgot to switch it at the quarter, which you see from time to time. I've kept the book a few times through the years. That's very easy to mix up or forget. So they corrected it, though.
You see it every game.
Yep.
It happens.
The scorekeepers don't get paid a whole lot, so if any.
Just popcorns and peanuts.
That's not all bad. Ruth with a pull-up. Battle for the read goes out of bounds. It'll be Vikings ball as Ian Holman, number 0, comes into the game.
Ian Holman returns for
Ian Holman, you can tell he was right tackle on the football team.
Yeah.
Filing some holes for the Minster football team, a successful playoff year.
Yeah.
Miami East now 4-point lead. They've opened a little bit. It's a little bit of a dangerous time here for Minster. Trying to keep it close. There's Bryce Hott. Missed the 3. McClurg with the rebound. Berg looking up the floor. Minster wearing their together orange uniforms. Debut for the uniforms, and a nice move there by Ian Holman. Pass ahead. Enos to the hole, and wow. Wes Enos is quick on quick.
Yeah, he can take it right to the hoop. Does a nice job finishing.
4-point lead for the Vikings. Cooney over to Richard. Richard has not scored yet. 5 of his teammates have, and Holman will go to the line to shoot a pair.
I'll tell you what, he's done a nice job the last 2 times down, getting the ball and taking it right to the hoop.
He's kind of come around. His scoring has picked up as it's going along. Really didn't get a spot on the lineup until a few games ago, and he's earned that power forward spot as he rattles free throw out in the game. Number 24, Mitchell Kemp. Second free throw by Holman. He's had 3 double-digit games. His biggest game was 16 points against Lucas. First one they played over in Lucas, and it was like a harvest prep tournament over, I think it was on January 2nd. So Coach McClurg used it as a team bonding, like an outing. They spent the night.
Oh, that's awesome.
Had some fun. They just lost in overtime, so it was a good experience from what I understand.
Lucas is a good team.
That's 3 ball is a foul there. That'll be Cameron Monin will shoot 3 foul shots. You don't see that too often, but he was definitely fouled on his 3-point shot. As Cameron Monin, 5'9" junior. This team is about all juniors, only 2 seniors on this team. So they're going to be good not only this year, and very likely next year as well, as Monin hits his first one for his first points.
Well, they got a nice freshman group. I've heard their junior high classes are pretty good too. So
you're talking Minster now. Yeah, man, they got some potential in the junior high. There's only 3 seniors in the whole program. There's only 1 junior.
Right.
So a lot of these, when you start 2 freshmen, it's really 3 freshmen and 3 sophomores getting varsity time. So both free throws go through for Mon, and a 5-point lead for Miami East. Minster did a good job of breaking the pressure so far. Richard trying to go through the lane. That is just short. Rebound Vikings. Enos pushes ahead to Ruth. Picked up by Watercutter. He'll shoot the 3, and wow. He is a sharp shooter. He has 3 threes now. On a court that I'm sure he hasn't played at before.
Yeah.
Cooney has his pocket picked. Up ahead to Ruth. To the basket. Nice job. He did a great job of shielding the ball and drawing the foul.
Yeah, he did.
Coach's son, he won over 1,000 points. That joined his mother and his aunt and his grandfather. All had 1,000 points in his career.
Wow.
His mother and his aunt were all played at Miami East. His dad was a member of the 1996 state team as he rattles home the 3-point play. He has 16. So he's been in the gym a time or 2.
Yeah. That's a lot of pressure for a kid to carry on the family tradition.
He's handling it quite well, it seems like. Richard, 3 ball. Can't get it to fall. Rebound by Miami East as they push the tempo. Ruth open for the tray. The time he had to shoot over Albers. McClurg with the basketball. quickly to Albers. Nice block there by Bryce Howell. He was outsized by 6 inches, and they turn it over. That's thrown too high. All of a sudden, Miami East is up by 11.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. I mean, you turn the ball over they missed a couple shots. They bring it down, and they convert. So it's.
Well, yeah, he had the 3-point shot by Ruth, and then he stole it and got a 3-point play, and there's 6 in a hurry. Down to 3 minutes to go before halftime, and there's
another steal.
Steal McClure. Apple with the layup. The freshman mistakes sometimes show up for Minster. RJ done okay on this press until now. Miami East gets a tip and a turnover.
This is why Miami East is that good. That just the change of pace with this press has really turned the ball over for Minster.
Enos not able to get that. Miami East averages 66 points a game, and just after a while they wear on you.
Yeah.
And there'll be a timeout by Coach McClure. Timeout brought to you by Precision Strip. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball game on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. The replay times, it's tomorrow if you're streaming this one. It's a Monday, January 16th. You can see all the MLK games streamed tomorrow. Also, they're streamed on Sunday, February 5th at 3 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. 2:27 to go before halftime on our First National Bank scoreboard. Miami East was up by just 1 going into this quarter, but they've stretched it to 13 now.
Yeah, and it's been with their press. They've gotten a few turnovers, hitting some few shots, so they're gaining a lot more confidence now.
Minster back on the attack. Richard will be fouled by Ruth as he tried to do a steal. Minster's had pretty good balance so far. 5 scorers have scored, but Richard has yet to hit a basket. He hasn't been able to shoot much so far.
Yeah.
And of course, Miami East knows that as well. There's a nice lob down to Albers, a nice left-handed finish. Give the assist to Dylan Watercutter. 31-20. Ruth across the timeline.
He's got 8 points. I mean, that's a nice game so far for him.
Yeah, he has some nice moves, especially for a freshman.
Yeah.
6'7", he's probably will fill out some more, if not taller. And there's Ruth. He can shoot it, he can drive, he can do. Probably sells popcorn at halftime too.
Yeah.
Great first half by Ruth. So he has 18 already. Shot does not fall for Minster. Up ahead, Ruth is open for a corner tray, in and out. So one of the few misses for Jacob Ruth in the first half. He's as good as advertised. Already at his average of 18 points a game. Richard through the lane, and he is fouled. That's the part of his game he's really improved. Like last year, and he's always had a beautiful set shot.
Yeah.
He played all JV last year, and he put up some 20-point games in JV, and he was great outside. But this year, he's learned to drive in, find an opening off balance, and that's the next step.
Exactly. Exactly right. I mean,
it's the first free throw. A very good foul shooter as well, as he shoots right at 81%, and he has his first point of the day. 14.5 a game. Also has 31 threes. Second one is in. Connor Schmeezing will give Richard a break. Schmeezing, very good defensive player, just a sophomore. He gets the assignment of guarding Ruth. I think they're on their 3rd or 4th guy on him.
Yeah.
Coach McClure himself might come out in the second half. They get it back to Ruth. Turn around by Apple. In and out. Schmeezing with the board. Under a minute here in the first half. Minster bound by 11. It was a 1-point game early second quarter before Miami East exploded down to Albers. Baby hook and buries it down. Oh, Albers been impressive so far.
He has.
now in double digits with 10. Lead in single digits at 9. Apple to Monin, back to Ruth. Enos had his flurry in there. He has 9 points. Now with the basketball, they give it up to Kemp. Down to 9 seconds. They have it in the ball in Ruth's hands. Off the screen by Enos. Back to Enos. Long three. That will do the first half of basketball. On our First National Bank scoreboard, Miami East 33, Minster 24. We'll be back with our first half numbers in the second half here on NKTelco Sports.
Wagner's IGA has been servicing their communities for more than 95 years, spanning 3 generations. Wagner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wagner's today in Minster, Fort Loramie, and New Bremen, and check us out on Facebook.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Welcome back here. We're at halftime here on our First National Bank scoreboard. Miami East leads Minster by 9 with the first half numbers. Mr. A.J. Lisi.
You look at the first half numbers, not bad for the Minster Wildcats. I mean, you look at their shooting, they're 8 of 20 right now. But I think they've done the little things to stay in this game, the hustle plays. Miami East, talent-wise, they're above everybody, but they didn't shoot the ball well that first half. And it comes down to the pressure Minster put on them. So I think the second half, you continue to put that pressure on them, I think it's still going to be a close game.
Look at the individual scoring. Miami East, as expected, they're 2 big guys. Jacob Ruth with already 18 points. Wes Enos with 9. Then they got 3 players with 2. Monin, Abishire, and Apple for Minster. They've had 6 different players scored, led by Cole Albers with 10. And then you had Ian Homan, Cole McClurg, Dylan Waterker, and Logan Cooney with 3, Cole Richard with 2. And telling you off the air, I've seen a lot of Minster games, and that's the best half I've seen of that Albers has played all year.
Yeah, and for being a freshman, I think he shows a lot of potential for the Minster Wildcats. So I mean, the class they got coming, they're young. I'll tell you what, give them a couple of years, they're going to be good.
And you're going to be seeing this. A lot of the same players are out here today. 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and Cooney, the only senior that starts. Watercutter, the other senior that comes in. They only have 1 junior on the roster. And there's a steal by Miami East. Wes Enos, son of Curtis Enos, who was graduated from Assiniboia Valley, played at Penn State, #1 pick of the Bears. Yeah, he inherited his father's talent, and that misses that shot. It was out of bounds. Enos missed half of his freshman year with a broken leg. Otherwise, he'd already be over 1,000. He'll be there at some point this year, from what I understand.
Wow.
Ruth is already over 1,000. Remember, these two are juniors, so you don't get too many juniors that get to 1,000.
No.
Right now, Minster on the attack. There's a lob down to Albers. Richard, 3-ball. Yes. Oh, Richard, catch and shoot for the tray.
Hopefully that gets him going. I mean, that's something he didn't do in the first half, was make a shot.
Against St. Henry, he had 4 points in the first. There's a great move by Ruth. Rebound by Richard. Starting to say Richard against St. Henry had 4 points at halftime. He had scored 26 in the second half. He had 30 in that game a couple Fridays ago. He gets the ball back high off the glass. And can't get it to fall, but he will shoot 2.
That's the 3 of them for.
So see if they take him out.
That's a huge one.
Cole Richard, 14 games. He's had 11 double-digit games as he misses that one. His high is 30, as I said, in back-to-back games against Lucas and St. Henry. Second attempt here for the 5'11" sophomore, and he weighs maybe about 130 pounds soaking wet. Little guy, but a nice shot. Now up to 6. And the Cats within 5 of the #1 ranked Miami East Vikings. In Division III, Minster in Division IV. Nice move by Enos. Can't get it to fall. Albers with the board. Minster was down 9 at half. Now more than that.
I was going to say much as 13 in the second quarter.
Richard not able to get that shot off clean. Ruth playing with 3 fouls. Drive will kick it to Enos. Can't finish, but a foul. Those two classmates, they're actually first cousins, so they know each other quite well.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. I'm sure they've had a lot of talk through the years of what they want to accomplish in their high school career, and looking pretty strong here in their junior year at 13-1, as Enos now in double figures with 10. Second attempt by the 6'2" juniors. Hits that. He's playing at, he's going to play Hillsdale in Michigan, Division II's team, already committed.
Oh, wow.
Pass to Albers as they break the press. Richard splits the defenders and can't get it to fall. Able to get his own rebound, puts it up and it falls. Cole Richard, 6 points here in the third quarter. And that's what I was saying about he's been able to get in the lane and put up shots and off balance. And take a look at the replay here. See some of that athleticism by the sophomore. And he hits the 3-point play. Lead down to 4. As Coach McClurg encouraging his team. He's got to be happy with how they battled against a very talented Miami East team. Ruth will drive, kick it out to Apple. There's Enos with the tray. Albers with the rebound. Berg pushing the tempo, and they have pushed tempo as right. They, most teams sometimes would back off from running against Miami East. And there's Cooney. There was contact, no foul. Richard loses the handle. Ball to Miami East. Miami East is 8-0 in this Three Rivers Conference. They're 1 game ahead of Troy Christian, who's at 7-1. Shot up there by Abishire. Out of the way. Also in the Three Rivers Conference, Milton Union at 5-3, Lehman and Northridge at 4-4. Some other teams, Riverside and Bethel and Covington. That's a league that formed, I think it's the second year. Some of them from the CCC, some of the others. It's kind of a nice little, pretty similar locations, and hope that it succeeds. It's a all sports conference for football as well. And right now, Minster out of the MAC battling against the leader in the Three Rivers Conference with back-to-back turnovers against the Wildcats. Underneath to Ruth. Turn around. Able to get him to pass it to Enos. They work it around the perimeter. Enos up and under and able to get the rebound, and Albers with the rebound as Enos couldn't quite finish.
They haven't hit a field goal yet in this quarter, Miami East.
Yeah, they have only hit 2 foul shots by Enos. It was 33-24. Minster just down by 4. Clerk can't get a shot off. He tries a runner. So Minster's had some opportunities the last few possessions. Ruth, crossover, double team, has to kick it over to Enos. Apple with the tray. Connor Apple with a big 3 there for the Vikings. 38-31. 13-1 Miami East, 2-12 Minster has hung with them. They lob it down to home, and they're lucky to get that one back. Richard will take it back on top. 3:20 to go, third quarter, and Enos almost with the steal. They have 5-on-4 now. Richard couldn't get the spin off the backboard. Apple. Ruth with the 3. Able to get his own rebound. Shot out by Apple. A nice rebound there by Albers. Mr. McClurg saying to slow it down a little bit. He has a certain set he might want here. Cooney to the hoop, kicks it out. Holman not going to shoot the 3. Oh, yeah, he is.
Oh, boy.
And he hits it. Why not, he says. The big guy knocks it down. I'm going to have to look that up if he's had a 3 all year. And he hasn't. That's only the second one he shot.
Wow.
But he's 1 of 2 now.
That's right. He's shooting 50% now.
Enos. Minster with the ball down by just 4. Coming towards the end of the third quarter. Cooney over to Richard. Albers.
Nice.
Up and over. Oh, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Miami East. Hout. Now to number 30, Jacob Ruth. Back to Bryce Hott. There's Apple. Under 2. Miami East just leading by 4. Ruth. Stop. They has to kick it out. There's Abishire with the corner 3. Cooney with the rebound. Pass to Holman. He'll drive on Apple and will draw the foul before the shot. So, boy, AJ, towards that end of the second quarter when Miami East was up by 13, is like, oh, boy, here it comes. And they've got it down to 9 at halftime and just really worked from here in the second half.
They've really done a good job defensively, really stopping that inside game of Miami penetrating and kicking out. They really haven't had any opportunities like that.
Lob into Holman. He'll drive against Abishire, and that was a good call.
Good call.
Lower the shoulder. Abishire was right there, and Ian Holman never agrees with any foul calls. Imagine that. That, I think, was probably the correct one. So now Miami East to the ball. Ruth hasn't had near the open shots he had the first half.
They've done a good job on him.
Now guarded by Schmeezing. Fade away, step back. You can't stop him forever. He now has 20.
Yep.
50-34. Minute to go before the third quarter break. In the last game at the MLK Classic. They have done a nice job of putting on some basketball games here at Fort Loramie. Schmeezing. McClurg, he almost pulled the trigger on the 3. Water cutter. Albers trying to post up. Schmeezing picks up his dribble. Now to Albers. They're just running through their offense. I don't think they're necessarily going for the last shot. Just haven't been able to get a shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Water cutter down with 25 seconds. Driving to the hoop, almost travel, gives it to Holman. McClure, lob to Albers, finds Holman open. Patience is rewarded.
Exactly.
Down to 6 seconds. Ruth, off balance shot. He draws the foul. Schmeezing was on him a little bit too tight. Yeah, that turned out to be a great possession by Minster.
It just worked out perfectly.
Ruth back to the line. He is a 68% shooter. Enos is a 89% foul shooter. Ruth misses the first one. Richard back in, 3.6 seconds. Minster has cut the lead from 9 to currently 4. A second free throw here by Jacob Ruth. Nothing but net there. Holman will inbound it to Richard. Try to get it to half court. Alexa not able to get off a shot. We played 3 quarters of basketball here at this MLK Classic game on our First National Bank scoreboard. Miami is 41, Minster 36 on NKTelco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
We go to the fourth quarter. The Minster Wildcats, a big underdog, still battling, still within 5 of the Vikings.
Yeah, it's just the peskiness, you should say, of the Minster Wildcats to stay in this game. And they've done a great job, especially on the defensive end. They've done a great job.
Ruth, so working around, Ruth able to get the ball back. Mana now, bob it down to Ruth. Him and Enos have the bulk of the points, 32 between them. Drive to the basket by Monin, able to get the rebound back, and he will draw a foul. So junior Cameron Monin will foul, common foul, just the 4th foul. Both teams just with 4th fouls. Inbounded by Ruth. To Hot. Enos to Ruth. There's Monin with the basketball. Ruth against Richard. Nice shot by Jacob Ruth with 23.
That's only the 10th point this half for Miami East. Shows you what kind of defense Minster's been playing.
Pass to Watercutter off his hands. Stolen by Richard, but not able to get it to a teammate. And Enos with the basketball. Enos been pretty well held under check by Cooney.
Yeah.
Shot up there by Bryce Hott. Lead down to 9. Minster had it as close as 4. A couple times they had the ball. Now at 9. Watercutter gives it to Cooney. Lob to Albers, tipped away. Richard able to get it back. Reverse layup. He is a scorer.
Yes, he is.
Richard now with another double-digit game at 11. That's 12 of the 15 games Minster has played. He's been in double figures. Ruth will turn around and hit it. He did a nice job of just backing down. He knew his defender was shorter and he was going to score.
Man, 25 points for Ruth. It's a heck of a game.
I was looking forward to seeing him and Enos, and they're as good as advertised. Cooney able to draw the foul. They're looking, Miami East looking for their first district title since 2009.
Oh, wow.
That's been a while. So, you know, they got pretty high expectation, but still got to do it. It's always a battle in Division III.
Yeah.
Well, there's been a lot of Versailles teams, some really good Versailles teams that get down to the south, and there's some running into some of the Cincinnati teams, and it's easier said than done. There's a lot of good basketball at that corner of the state, especially in D3. And D4 is always good, but
D3, I
is
agree
really tough down there.
Whether you go north or south, I mean, there's some good teams in Division III.
Home with a basketball to Cooney. Albert's trying to post up to get it to him. Cooney will try three and hit it. Logan Cooney with his second tray.
They need a big stop right here. This will be the turning point.
Still hanging around within 6. Shot up by Ruth, and he's come alive here.
Yes.
Really late third and into the fourth. He scored 9 points in that, really about 4 minutes. Down to Albers, double team to Holman. He's too far under. And it's stolen by Miami East. Ruth will give it to Enos. 2 stars on this team.
Nice.
Underneath.
Nice.
Bryce Hott. Flashes open for the easy layup. Coach McClurg will call a precision strip timeout. It'll be a full timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County has a job for you. Grand Lake Health System has over 800 employees. Included is Joint Township District Memorial Hospital and multiple physician practices. And we're now hiring a variety of positions that fit all education and skill levels. Plus, you'll get a great benefit package offered to both full and part-time workers. Join this rewarding career and help your community in the process. Contact Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County for all your employment needs.
Welcome back. We're at 4:21 to go in this MLK Classic game between Miami East and Minster. This is only the second meeting ever between these squads. Miami East won the only other matchup, and I've been around Minster 36 years, and I don't remember them playing, so it had to be way back in the 70s, 60s, who knows when, but second matchup, and it's been a good game. I know Coach Rock talked about, I asked him what he thought about coming up here to Fort Loramie. He was very happy. He was invited, very pleased to hear it. He was just hoping to have a good competitive game with Minster. I think he's happy. He's been battled, and I think Minster's happy with how they played as well. Not completely happy. Want to get closer and maybe pull this out.
Right.
Down by 10. I didn't check the betting angles. You know, you can bet in Ohio now. I imagine they're underneath the point spread if there was one.
I was going to say, I think it was a big point spread. I think Minster's taking care of that.
Yeah. Of course, that one I didn't bet on. So. And they were calling offensive foul there on Halbers. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one. And that's the 7th turnover of the half for Minster.
Player control foul called on number 42, Cole Albers. Second.
So it was a 5-point game going into this quarter, and we're halfway through. It's now a 10-point game. Big part of that is Jacob Ruth has scored 6 points this quarter. So Bryce Hott has had a couple field goals as well. Abishire drives to the basket. Enos is denied there as Albers with another rebound. Pass ahead quickly to Holman. He fakes, draws a foul. You know, Miami East came in with a reputation. They're going to push the tempo. Minster has done it as well, which is, there's a tendency to be cautious and back, but they played right with them in that regard.
And I think that's just the compliment of the MAC conference itself, because you do have those type of games where if you can slow teams down. I mean, compliment Minster for what they've done so far in slowing this pace down.
Holman 1 of 2 as Enos shields off Albers for the rebound. 3:32 to go. Minster will host New Knoxville on Friday night. We'll have that game streamed on NKTelco Sports. I'll be on the game with Jeff Henshin.
Oh, I'll say hi to my brother for me.
Will do.
He's the coach over at New Knoxville.
Yeah, that's right. All them Lacey's, they like to coach.
Well, I wouldn't say we're the best, but
when you're not announcing all 6 games here at the MLK Classic, on your day off, you're coaching from the
that's right.
sidelines. I mean, he's trying to run some clock here. Ruth, who's at 27 points. And he finds
look.
open.
Nice look.
And great pass there by Enos to Ruth. He threw that ball through the defense. Cross-court pass, if you will, is always that dangerous pass, but not when you fire it like that. McClurg with the tray. Rebound by Miami East. Up ahead to Enos. Hott will kick it out. So he worked around the perimeter back to Enos. Miami East has been battled by Minster, and there's a high pass.
Wow, that's the first turnover of the half for Miami East.
Talked about all the other games they did. If Miami East hangs on to win this game, 3 of the local teams will win and 3 of the out of town. So which is
so it's like a ACC Big East challenge.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's been split between the locals and the out of towners. And I'll give you credit to Corey Britton and Mitch Westrider. They got some good out of town teams.
They did. This is a great little thing they did put on, and they do a great job with it.
The crowd, if you see the crowd in the background, it was a lot bigger earlier in the day.
Yeah.
There was a good crowd all day.
Nice pass.
Nice pass to Albers, and Albers will go to the line to shoot 2. Hope this Classic continues to go on. Last year, I think they had 4 games, or 4 teams, I think. Don't worry, I weren't there last year, but it's grown, and
yeah, it's a nice little thing, and hopefully it continues and you bring teams like that. Because, I mean, this is a big weekend for basketball. You got to fly into the hoop this weekend. Yep. You got this, it's a nice little
Classic thing in the country. Yeah. It's a nice thing, and I like having the local teams. You get the local fans, it's easy for them, and then you get the really good teams. They'll travel when you have a good team.
Right, exactly.
And you get people interested. And I think a lot of people who came to the games not just stayed for their own town if they're local. They watched a couple games.
Oh, yeah.
And, I know I showed up a couple games early just to see what was going on. It was fun to watch. Also, the JV games went on in the junior high gym, so that was convenient. Yeah. Teams got their JV games in as well, which is important as well. Right now, Miami's with a 9-point lead or 11-point lead, trying to go for their 14th win of the season. They know they've been in a battle. The underdog Wildcats have done themselves proud. Record may not show it, but they have battled one of the top teams in Division III here today. In the concluding game in the MLK Classic, they're all over West Enos, and they are very good at doing keep away and get it to Roth and to Ruth, and that's a skill that as you get in the tournament, as you know, you got to be able to at times run clock. I'm not saying stall the whole game, but you have to play keep away at times.
Exactly, and I mean that's just fundamental right there, and it looks like they work at that in practice and everything, so it's comes easy in the game.
Ruth now up to 31 points. I wonder if that's the most anybody scored today. You would know.
Yeah, that's the most so far.
Albers will try a tray. We had some people in the 20s, and so 31, the high today on some really good teams that played here today. I'll go out of bounds again. Liberty Benton stays undefeated. They beat Anna. Russia continues a good game. They beat Willard. St. Mary's knocks off previously undefeated Lexington. Fort Loramie won big over Yellow Springs. Shawnee knocked off one, beating Marion Local by 2 at Springfield Shawnee. And then this game's going to go in favor of Miami East. They go to 14-1. Lob ahead to Ruth, and he's doesn't draw the foul. Abishire to Enos. At some point, they'll probably just dribble out. Minster's still battling him. Over to Ruth, down to 13 seconds. Very good Miami East squad. We'll pay attention to how they do down the tournament trail. They go to 14-1. Wildcats battle. They fall ultimately on our First National Bank scoreboard. Miami East 55, Minster 42. We'll be back to wrap it up here on NKTelco Sports.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Households are using more connected devices than ever before. TVs are streaming, smartphones are browsing, security cameras are watching, and virtual assistants are, well, assisting.
You'll need an umbrella today.
As you add more devices, we are constantly improving our technology to deliver the fastest and most reliable internet to your home. So make sure you have enough bandwidth. Get NKTelco high-speed internet with speeds up to 1 gig. Call 1-888-NKTelco today.
My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Back here at Fort Loramie High School for the last game of the MLK Classic goes to the Miami East Vikings. Our score in our First National Bank scoreboard, 55-42 over Minster. The final number is Mr. A.J. Lisi.
You look at it, I mean, the big thing was the shots that Miami East had. They shot 52 field goals. They were 5 of 19 from three-point range. That's a lot of shots. And you look at, compared to Minster, they only got 35 shots. So that is a big difference. And you look at the turnovers are huge, 15-5. I mean, the pressure Miami East put on them. But give Minster credit. I tell you what, Minster played a great game. They were really scrappy. They really did a lot of good things in this. For a young team, this is a teaching type of game moment because they hung with the #1 team in Division III.
Yeah, especially coming off on Friday. They played Versailles, which they probably had a disappointing game. They lost by 25 over just a 500 Versailles team.
Yeah.
They battled. I think Coach McClurk's got to be happy with his effort against this Miami East team.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree because I like what I see out of Minster, which is going to pay off dividends at years to come.
Miami East goes to 14-1 overall. They were led with Jacob Ruth, who was the real deal with 31. Wes Enos was next with 11 for Minster. Cole Richard with 11. Cole Albers with 10. Ian Homan with 9. Logan Cooney with 6. Our player of the game goes to the big guy underneath for Minster, Cole Albers.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's another kid that really impressed me with his moves that he did underneath, really rebound. I'll tell you, he had a lot of offensive rebounds, but he was really impressive tonight, along with Cole Richard.
So again, congratulations to Cole Albers. Congratulations to Miami East Vikings. Congratulations to Fort Loramie. Corey Britton and Coach and Mitch Westerheide did a nice job of putting on this MLK Classic. Want to say a good job to my partner here, AJ Lisi. He's done 6 games here, done a great job. Also, the whole crew here won all 6 games. Director Scott Robinson, Assistant Director Jeff Henshin, on camera Mark Fissel, Kurt Kuffner, Jim Miller. Good job, guys. Great job to all of you of the crew. So that'll wrap it up from here. For all of us at NKTelco Sports, I'm Dave Kanapke. Thanks for watching.